Teacher,
Felipe.
for this moment, I don't stay in my home. I stay with using the phone. For the next class, I can download the book.
Okay, no worries. It's okay. Super, Felipe. What about you? Tell me, does anyone have the same problem, same as Felipe? Are you at home or you're not able to download the book? But don't forget, this is the book that we are going to use from today. Yeah, tell me, I know Elizabeth, John Reed, if you have any problem with this, downloading the book. Okay, got it. So it's okay, my dear students. You can download and then you are. Okay, let me explain you a little bit about this. For this level, my dear students, we are going to have 12 units. Is exactly the same as in the past unit, as in the past level. Remember, we have 12 units, and by the end of the unit, we are going to give the final exam. So, how are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to do this? Remember, each week we are going to learn a unit, a different unit each week. For example, Unit 1, we are going to learn this about communication, grammar, vocabulary, and for sure, taking up at the video that we do in order to check everyday English. So this unit number 1, the one that we are going to start today, it's about communicating or communication. What are we going to learn this unit? The first thing, my dear students, we're going to remember how to ask and answer personal questions. How to ask and answer personal questions. The second, my dear students, we are going to talk about how you communicate. How you communicate. The next part, we are going to identify how to greet people and conversations. And in the case of greet a personal email, don't worry, because this activity, we are not going to do it right now. So we are going to focus on the three objectives. Number 1, ask and answer personal questions. Number 2, talk about how you communicate. Number 3, greet people and end conversations. Okay, so let's get ready to start, and here you go. The first thing, my dear students, is that we are going to remember about the question forms and also some common adjectives. Let's start with the first activity and let's go with that, okay? So, my dear students, please pay attention, and there you go. In Okay, so my dear students, I am back. So sorry. I am going to explain you again. What are we going to learn in this moment? Take a look. There you go, okay? The first thing, take a look. We are going to identify the next part, okay? We are going to do a listening activity and we are going to listen three conversations. Conversation 1 to conversation 3. So what is that we are going to go like that? Pay attention according to the questions that we listen. We have to write the numbers and identify the topics they talk about. If they talk about the party, if they talk about people they know, if they talk about money, where they live, work, interest, and education. Okay, we are going to listen and identify in which conversation they are talking about these topics. Yep. Is it clear? Can you please tell me, Ainhoa? ¿Estamos claros? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Have you got the book, Ainhoa, or not yet? Okay, my dear students, estoy teniendo problemas con la connection, así que vamos a hacer algo. Let's do something. Como veo que va a estar un poquito difícil hacer el listening, let's see that it's going to be a little bit difficult to do the listening activity. Vamos a pasarnos. We're going to carry on to the next part, okay? Ya, la conversation, el listening, there you go. Ya les explico luego cómo lo vamos a hacer. Les voy a enviar una tarea, okay? Vamos a enfocarnos. We're going to focus now on common adjectives. Common adjectives, so we are going to complete the sentences with the adjectives the speakers use in the listening, and there you go. So here we have some adjectives. This is new vocabulary. We are going to identify if you remember this. So I need your help, please. You're going to tell me if you remember the meaning of these words in Spanish. What is the meaning of all right? All right.
Está bien.
Bien, excellent. All right, the translation, it's like está bien. It's like a synonym for well. It's all right. What about awful? Awful, what is it?
Horrible.
Todo lleno.
Excellent. Como horrible, feo, awful. Right? Awful. Excellent. Let's continue. The next one, my dear students, strange.
Extraño.
Extraño, raro, no? Strange. Extraño, strange. Very good. Let's continue. Let's carry on. Delicious, of course, you know, because this is a very used word in English. Delicious, delicioso, delicious. Perfect, of course, you know what is perfect, similar as in Spanish. Perfecto, no? Perfect. And finally, boring. Tell me what is boring.
Aburrido.
Aburrido. Very good. My dear students, you are so good. So let's go with this and let's identify that, okay? We are going to complete the sentences using these adjectives. It's a day for a birthday party. Yeah, what, in your personal opinion, what would it be the best option for completing this sentence? Sentence number one.
Awful.
It's an awful, es un horrible día. No.
Perfect.
It's a
Boring.
perfect. Okay, the correct word for this is perfect. It's a perfect day for a birthday party. It's a perfect day for a birthday party. Es un día perfecto para una fiesta de cumpleaños. It's a perfect day. Number two, okay, talking about the pizza. The pizza is
Delicious. Delicious.
delicious. Excellent. My dear students, delicious, delicious. Number three, but the music is a bit. They are talking about the party. They are talking about the party, so what would it be? It's
all right.
all right, excellent, but the music is a bit
Boring.
boring. Excellent. There you go. It's all right, but the music it's a bit boring. Yes, there you go. It's all right, but the music is a bit boring. Yeah, take a look at number 4. It's an film. If you watch Joker 2, you're going to tell me, teacher, I already watched Joker 2, and I consider this is an, what would it be? You tell me.
Is that an horrible?
Excellent. Awful. Awful. It's an awful film. Es un film horrible, espantoso, ¿no? It's an awful film. It's an awful film. And finally, number 5, it's a really, the only one that is left is strange, right? It's a really strange story. Okay, in the case of grammar, my dear students, something that you need to remember, and this is really important, as you can see here in the examples, when we have an adjective and we have a noun, remember, we gotta use that order. First, the adjective, for example, perfect, and then the noun day. It's a perfect day. It's a strange story. It's an awful film. Remember, we go like that, okay? Perfect day, strange story, awful film. Okay? This is the way that it works. Perfect day, strange story, awful film. We always put first the adjective and then, my dear students, the noun. Whenever we have that combination adjective plus noun, first we use the adjective and then the noun. Adjective and noun. Adjective and noun. Perfect day, strange story, awful film. Yes, so that works. My dear students, we are going to remember about some adjectives with the next game. I am going to share you a link because we are going to play a short quizzes in order to remember some adjectives. But pay attention because this is going to be focused on opposite adjectives. Opposite adjectives, that means opuestos u antónimos. Let's go with this, please. Let's get ready to start playing, and here you go. This is going to be very easy. Remember what you have to do. You have to read carefully, and according to what you read, you have to choose the opposite adjective. So, everybody, I need you to open the link, and we can start playing. Okay, hold on, it's loading. Don't you forget the adjectives. We use the adjectives to describe a noun. Perfect day, beautiful dog, angry bird, angry cats. This is the way that we use adjectives. First the adjective and then the noun. Dice, my internet is unstable. Okay, voy a tratar de compartirles. I'm going to try to share you again. Hold on. Ok, mejor voy a dejar de compartir la pantalla. Vamos a ver si ahí mejora. This improves. Okay, please, my dear students, open the next link. Let's open the next link, and so we can start. Write your names, and then we can go with this, okay? Excellent. So I believe that we are ready to start. John, Dre, Lisbeth, join please Ainhoa, join please Felipe.
Teacher,
Felipe.
for this moment I don't, pues no puedo hacer las actividades.
You cannot join the activity. No worries, okay? No worries, Felipe. It's gonna be easy, okay? Then you can check it later about opposite adjectives. That is the activity about, okay? Got it. So let's start. Okay, nice. I see that you finished. John Ray, Ainhoa, nice, excellent. Come on, Lisbeth, you can do it. Excellent. Oh, I see, my dear students, that most of you did it very, very well. The opposite of early is late. Early, the translation means temprano. Late is the opposite, that would be as tarde, no? Late. Early or late. The opposite of light. Light, the translation for light is ligero, liviano, light. The opposite is heavy, heavy. Light, heavy, light, heavy. Yeah? And the rest, you did it very well. Congratulations, no worry. Okay. Excellent, super duper, my dear students, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Vamos a continuar. Let's get ready to carry on then. And here you go. Don't you forget, this is the way that we use adjectives. We use adjectives to describe a noun. A beautiful day, a perfect day, an amazing day. For example, a beautiful girl, an amazing girl. Remember, this is the way that we use adjectives. So I have a question for all of you, okay? My dear students, everybody, all of you, please. I want you to please think about a family member. Think about a family member and let me share you over here. What are you going to do? Here on the chat box, please, you are going to describe a family member using 3 adjectives. Okay, please, everybody on the chat box, describe family member using 3 adjectives. Okay, go with that, please. Write everybody on the chat box. Describe a family member using 3 adjectives. So you can do it, my dear students. I give you 2 minutes to do it. Okay, here you have an example. I am describing my mom. My mom is angry, enojona. It's amazing, es fantástica, maravillosa. And remember, most important, she's very responsible. So you're going to do the same, my dear students. On the chat box, you are going to describe a family member using 3 adjectives. It could be any adjective, so go please, you can do it. Excellent, super. For example, I've got the Ainhoa, my little sister, she is love. Ok, pero Ainhoa, can you hear me? Love no es un adjective, ¿no? Love es un sustantivo, amor. Tal vez quisiste decir lovely, ¿no es cierto? Amorosa, cariñosa, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Yes, un pequeño mistake, a little mistake, pero está correcto. This is correct. My sister is lovely, happy, and fun. Lovely, amorosa, happy, feliz, y fun, divertida. Okay, that's it. Congratulations, you did it well. Come on, please, John, Felipe, Lisbeth, describe a family member. Excellent, with 3 adjectives. John, let's see. You are telling me my cousin, right? John. My cousin is very boring. Oh no, he doesn't like to go out, but he's very intelligent and responsible. Yes, this is correct. Intelligent and responsible. And super, Lisbeth, you are describing your brother. My brother is tall, happy, and fun. Tall, happy, and fun. Very good. You did it very, very well. So that's it, my dear students. This is the way that we can describe a family member using the adjectives. There you go. Let's continue to the next part of today. Now, please, my dear students, just to move on, we are going to remember the structure for questions in English. Since you remember, in English, we have 2 types of questions. We have yes and no questions, and we have WH questions. Yes and no questions, WH questions. So let me explain you the way that we can talk about this, okay? The difference between yes and no and WH. So let me share you my screen now, and you can check it out. All right. The structure is the same, but you need to remember what is the difference. Take a look. When we have questions with the to be verb, remember, the structure goes like this. In the case of WH question, first we have the WH word, then we have the to be verb, the auxiliary for to be verb, why, were, then the subject, remember, you, and then the adjective or noun. Why were you late? ¿Por qué llegaste tarde? Why were you late? The other question, my dear students, are you married? And what is the difference? Take a look. The first question is a WH question, and the second question is a yes and no question. So what is the difference between WH question and yes and no question? Remember, the WH question requires an explanation, requires a longer explanation. Why were you late? I was late because there was a lot of traffic. I was late because I had a problem with the car. So that is the WH. WH question, it requires a longer explanation. And the yes and no question, remember, in this case, we only gotta use yes or no. The way that we can answer is using yes or no. Are you married? Yes, I am. Or no, I'm not. Are you married? Yes, I am. Or no, I'm not. Okay, my dear students, that's why they are called as yes and no questions, because we only can answer like that, okay? Using yes or using no. So the structure, don't you forget for the questions. For WH questions, WH, the auxiliary, the to be verb in present past, the subject, and the adjective or noun. Here we have another WH question that is. Is she your sister? Let me write it here. Let me put it over here now. Is she your sister? Is she your sister? The meaning, ¿es ella tu hermana? Is she your sister? Is she your sister? This is for the yes and no question. And the answer, ¿cuál sería la respuesta? What would it be the answer for this question? Tell me please, Lisbeth, how would you answer, is she your sister?
Yes, yes, she is.
Excellent. And in negative, no,
She isn't.
she isn't. Very good. Okay, remember that's why we know them as yes and no question, because we gotta answer yes and no. Yes, she is, or no, she isn't. There you go. ¿Qué pasa ahora? What happens now with other verbs? Que no sean el to be verb. What happened with other verbs? In this case, remember, we need to check and identify what is the auxiliary. According to the auxiliary, we can identify if this is present, past, or future. Present, past, or future, according to the auxiliary. Okay, for example, in the first case, where the auxiliary is did. Where did you meet? Okay, the translation, en donde se conocieron. We are talking about past. Where did you meet? En donde se conocieron. Where did you meet? Okay, where did you meet? Donde se conocieron. The next one, my dear students, take a look, is who. Who do you know at this party? Who do you know at this party? ¿A quién conoces en esta fiesta? Who do you know at this party? Right? Aquí tenemos el auxiliary do, por lo tanto la question is in present. Who do you know at this party? ¿A quién conoces en esta fiesta? Who do you know at this party? Yes, and then we have another yes and no question that is you. Do you like the music? ¿Te gusta la música? Do you like the music? Okay, it's exactly the same. Remember, in this case, the WH questions, the first two, we need to answer with a long explanation. The WH question, we use a long explanation. And the yes and no question, remember, we need to answer using yes or no. Do you like the music? The answer, yes, I do, or no, I don't. yes, I do, or no, I don't. In the first cases, remember for the WH questions, we gotta give a longer explanation. For the yes and no question, remember, yes, I do, or no, I don't. Okay? Yes, my dear students. Oh, I guess there was a problem with Ainoa's connection, but John Ree, Lisbeth, is it clear the questions or no?
Yes, teacher.
Yes?
Teacher.
Excellent. You're super good students, so congratulations. Just to finish for today, we are going to do the last activity in order to identify that, okay? No se olviden la estructura, the structure. For the WH questions, primero va la WH word, luego el auxiliary, luego el sujeto, luego el verb y el complement, ¿no? Remember, we also have a complement. Mientras que para las preguntas con el to be verb, simplemente WH word, question word, el verbo to be, the to be verb, ya sea en present, past, el sujeto, the subject, y luego el adjetivo, the adjective or noun. Ok, listo. Así que, please, para finalizar, just to finish for today, I'm going to send you the next link. And you are going to put the questions in the correct order. Yeah, please open the link and you are going to put the questions in the correct order. So go with this, we can start. And you tell me when you finish, and that's going to be all for today. Okay, you tell me please if you finish. You tell me when you finish, Lisbeth, John Reed.
Not yet, teacher.
Not yet, no worries. We still have time.
Finish, teacher.
Excellent, super John Reed. Is it clear the difference between yes and no questions and WH questions?
Yes.
Very good. What about you, Lisbeth? You finished? Or not yet?
Finished.